What up, folks? This is your boy Dino, aka your Solid Five.
And this is Nikki T creeping it real, and we're the Boo Crew.
Creeping, coming at you.
That's right.
I stumbled, but whatever.
It's all
Um,
good.
this is Beyond the Ether podcast. This week we are doing Cabin in the Woods.
I've been in the woods,
Yeah.
directed by Drew Goddard and written by Joss Whedon. And
So I took it as Drew Goddard and Joss Whedon.
fucking whatever. But these guys, they're known for writing a lot of cool stuff, as you can see, World War Z, Avengers, Daredevil on Netflix, Lost, all kinds of shit.
Yeah, so they're actually pretty good writers, and you can kind of see it translate on the page too,
Hmm.
like on the movie itself. So I saw this movie back in when it came out in 2010, 2011, or whatever it was.
Yeah,
And I wasn't a
or
fan. Um, I thought it
2011.
was, yeah, I thought it was kind of like when
It
I was,
sucked
yeah,
when
I
it,
was
when it
younger
came
too.
out. When it came out that in those and like that far, it was crap. It
Yeah.
was like fucking to me. To be honest, it was like I remember it being like The Village by M. Night Shyamalan, like that bad.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Me too. Because I was a huge horror fan. I mean, I still am, obviously, but like
Yeah.
I was so used to like the old school slashers and stuff like that. And then I saw this and I was like, what's the angle on this? Uh, so they took a big swing and you can see it like when you're actually watching the movie. So yeah, we got a lot of characters in this movie too. I actually like the characters the second time I watched it. So we got the
Yeah,
teens.
I thought I thought they were pretty funny. They weren't bad. The second time watching this, it was a lot better. So
Yeah.
go on.
So the teens we got Dana, Kurt, Jules, Marty, and Holden. Those are all the main characters, the five teens that are going on the adventure. We got
Hmm.
scientists, we got sitters, and Hadley, I think. Yeah, Hadley.
Yeah,
And we got
Hadley
Mordecai, the
and
creepy guy in the woods.
Sitterson.
So,
And to be honest, Richard Jenkins, I fucking love Richard Jenkins
oh, dude, I didn't realize that was him like until I
from
watched.
fucking
Yeah,
from Step Brothers.
yeah, yeah. I was like, I could watch this for all day. This is
That's
so good.
totally him. And those two scientists, those that duel, fucking
It's
hilarious, dude.
magic.
It's like why it's like it doesn't make sense why they're in it because it's just like it's like a whole comedy sketch.
Yeah, yeah. But it worked. I mean, like they're so good.
Yeah, they made it
Uh,
work. That's for
they
damn
hella
sure.
made it work. Yeah. So the premise of this movie is just that these kids. So we have Kurt. He has a cousin that owns a cabin in the woods. So he says. And
Yeah,
so they get into the RV and they take off after they're introduced early in the movie. And then we got this weird scene where there's like a agent or somebody on the roof, kind of giving the green light to back to the office, like, hey, we're good to go, basically.
yeah. When they stop for gas, they're like being watched.
Well, no, even like right as they leave the college,
Really?
there's a dude on the roof. Yeah,
I missed that part then.
he radios in like hey like get ready for the trap, basically.
Yeah, it's
Um,
crazy. Like this was set up way before they even knew it.
yeah.
So it's like I kind of wonder like did Kurt really have a cousin? it's like
Well,
like
we'll get into that later because like there's a really funny scene later on in the movie, like at the end of the movie, where like they talk about that for not really talk about it, but they make fun of it.
yeah,
Yeah, so we get so right after the school, they're headed towards the woods. They got to stop to get gas. That's when they run into like the old creepy rundown gas station that's like non-operational, basically.
yeah, run to the dirt.
Yeah, and that's when they run into Mordecai, the creepy old strange dude,
Gas station manager.
gas station manager, owner, whoever you want to call him.
Yeah,
Um, and that was funny because like I love how like the interaction between the stoner and and the Mordecai guy.
yeah,
So listen, so Marty and Mordecai have a funny interaction of like Mordecai's being a dick. He's like, I don't want your kind around here, basically, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Fucking you young students think you're fucking rich and all that sort of shit. We're fucking this hillbilly folk. Get the hell out of here attitude.
Yeah, and then he's like, so then Marty's like, hey, like, he's like, ever since the war happened, he's like, they're what war? He's like, you know what kind of war I'm talking about? And then Marty's
Yeah,
like, he's like, is it the war where like your brothers were wearing gray and blue or whatever?
the fucking what's like the
The Civil
what
War.
war? The Civil War? Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Marty's I like Marty. He was one of my favorite characters
he
in
was
there.
a good
He was
comic
smart.
relief. Yeah. Confederates. Um, yeah, so they truck along, they leave. And I thought it was funny because like while they're like driving and stuff, like Marty's such a conspiracy theorist. He's like going on about like what
Everything. Yeah, everything. He's like
yeah.
fucking. He's like trying to crack codes and all this other shit.
He's
You
like
know?
we're being watched all the time, blah blah blah. And he's like, and it's funny because like he ends up being right. Like
Yeah.
later on, and like he's all paranoid and shit, but like
Yeah, he does. He's all with puppets. This is we're all puppets of the game, all that stuff. And he's like, being, they're like, you're just high. That's all you are. You're fucking high. He's all you. He's all you wait and see. You'll see.
you'll see, yeah,
Yeah,
right the whole movie.
I know.
And then we actually go to the scientist himself, and they're just kind of like prepping for them to show up, and then for the job, that's what they called it, basically. So,
Yeah, these
and
scientists
yeah,
are.
so we don't really know like when you first start watching this movie, you don't really know like what's going on. You just know that they're doing some weird, on the property.
Yeah, it feels like just like an experiment. So,
Yeah, like it's like very unclear, obviously, until later on you watch it. Which
you
I'm
see
sure
what?
most of us has already watched it, but
Yeah, but
um,
still,
yeah, but it's good times.
I bet just there's someone out there. I guarantee that has not seen this fucking movie.
Yeah. So as the teens are trucking along, you got the scene where they're like going on a windy road. They go through the mountain. You see the eagle like fly into the barrier, so it dies instantly.
Yeah,
So
zap.
yeah, it's, and it just fucking falls to his death.
Which is
Uh,
crazy because it's like they drove through that, right? They had to drive through that.
yeah,
They had,
but they can control it. They were controlling it so they can do that, like
yeah,
without sectionally, and then yeah, so they get through.
yeah,
They show up, they're checking out the cabin a little bit. That's when you see that trick window,
hmm
from room to room. So
yeah. The
you got
double sided mirror.
yeah, the trick mirror. So you got Dana and Holden having that interaction of like, hey, do you want to switch rooms? Just so you know that this shit's happening. Like I can see you, and so they have that
Yeah,
little scene.
he's trying to fucking get some brownie points in there. Come on,
To
I'm
try to
not a
be
bad
nice to
guy.
them. Yeah,
Let's switch rooms. See how nice I am. It worked.
yeah, he's trying to get those good points.
It fucking worked though.
Um, And then we got that funny scene, like after they check out a little bit of the cabin, it goes back to the scientists, and Mordecai calls them, and he's like, "Hey, like the eagle has landed," well, he's like saying all this weird shit, and they put him on speaker. it, it
He's saying like a whole bunch of like sacrificial religious stuff.
yeah, like biblical stuff or whatever, and like
Yeah, yeah, exactly biblical shit. That's what he's saying.
and they start making fun of him. He's like, "Hey, am I a speaker?" He's like, "That's hella rude."
Yeah, yeah, fucking, yeah, fucking. That's a fucked up. Actually, they did that guy. They did him dirty.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, let me take you off," and they just keep him on, and he just keeps going. He's like, "Come on, dude!" Like I thought that was really funny.
Yeah,
Kind of lightens the mood.
he was talking about some deep shit too.
Yeah. um, what else do we have? So yeah, so like it kind of there's not. I mean, so they get there, they're doing the shit, and then as they're sitting there, they're starting to party. That's when the trap door opens, right? Like for
Yeah,
they
yeah.
out, yeah.
They're partying, and this whole time the scientists are just watching them do everything in that house.
Oh, but that's before the girl makes out with the wolf.
Oh
So
yeah,
they're playing
okay.
truth and dare. Yeah, they're playing truth and dare, and so they're starting to like the scientist dudes. They start messing with the kids. Basically, they're putting out like toxins and stuff like that to make them do more like weird stuff. So She,
Yeah, it's just fucking so fucking crazy to be
yeah,
honest.
yeah. I mean, but I'm sure it's possible.
They like release the pheromones,
Yeah, all the
make them all
pheromones.
horny in the woods.
Yeah. So she like becomes increasingly horny like throughout the movie, and
Yeah,
so she starts making out with the wolf. It's actually kind of a funny scene, the way she's like talking to it and shit.
yeah.
Um,
She has a whole like fucking episode of that wolf. It's fucking
yeah,
pretty deep.
which is actually kind of gross because it's just a stuffed head. So
And did you see the if you look at it, the tongue on the wolf's face, it's all like wiggling when she's kissing it.
yeah, yeah, she's like, look at it, isn't she?
Yeah, you see the wolf
It's
tongue
like
is all wiggling.
flapping. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Hell
like rubber.
yeah. So that's finally when we get the trapdoor opening, so they can go into the basement cellar, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I feel like they timed her there with that trap door, so fucking they have like a opening to get her in there.
Right. Oh yeah, they totally did that like on time, on purpose.
Yeah,
They're influencing them to like start making those mistakes early.
yeah.
And that's basically what their job is to do. Their job is to like groom them into whatever they want them to do. So
Mm-hmm.
um so
The
we,
puppets.
yeah, literally. So they go into that basement, and there's like an array of variety of things that are all over the place. They got the girl finds a diary. There's a necklace. There's like that sphere that looks kind of like the cube box from
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser. Yeah. So they have a lot of teases in this movie of like monsters and characters that are from different universes. Like movies and stuff.
Yeah,
So I think that was
they,
kind of cool.
they got like dead eyes and fucking religious.
Yeah,
I took a picture of the fucking list of how many fucking creatures are in this movie.
a lot. Yeah. Um, I even had so when I was watching on Amazon on Prime, it'll actually tell you what some of the monsters are. I just didn't look at some of them.
Here, hold on. Here. There's a Wolfman, Alien Beast, mutants, Wrasse, zombies, reptilius, clowns, witches, sexy witches, demons, Hell Lord, angry molesting tree, giant snakes, deadites, Kevin, mummy, the bride, the scarecrow folk, snowman, dragon bat, vampires, dismemberment goblins, sugar plum fairy, merman, get the fucking merman at the end.
Yeah, I love that.
Fucking the reanimated, the unicorn, the Huron, Sasquatch, dolls, the doctors, zombie redneck torture family, jack o' lantern giant, and twins. That's a lot of fucking creatures they fucking
Yeah,
put in this fucking movie.
just squeeze
That's
them
a
all in there.
lot.
Yeah, you did your homework. I like that. Um, yeah, so they start like messing with all the little trinkets.
Yeah,
And so as they're all about to like kind of like, and they're at the same time the scientists are placing a bet on who's gonna win like the poll. Like because they place a bet on which monster is gonna be released, and
yeah.
so
Cause like little like when they walk into this fucking basement, it's like everything in that basement is related to one of those creatures.
yeah, and so they unlock it, and that's when the elevator brings them up, which you find out later. Um, but they're supposed to appear after you unlock whatever is supposed to like trigger it.
Yeah, like that guy was about to unlock that sphere.
Yeah, or even I think the the fairy, the sugar plum fairy, whatever.
Yeah,
I think she
with
was the locket, or maybe uh the
the
music box.
bride. I think the bride was gonna come out of the locket.
Oh, okay. Well, then the music box must have been the fairy then, right?
It was either the fairy or that ballerina with fucking a fucking crazy face on their teeth, or their teeth on her face.
Oh, okay.
The one who
Yeah,
was spinning.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I thought that was pretty cool. How they have like different things in that basement, like you can fucking you pick whatever one you pick, that's the one you're gonna get. But that was
That's the
cool.
one that you're gonna die from. Yeah. Yeah, I actually love that. Because you could have made this movie like so many different ways, you know,
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
yeah. They come in very simple, but they give it options.
Yeah. So the dumb virgin girl, she picks up the diary, she starts reading it,
Oh,
especially in
man,
Latin.
she's so dumb.
Yeah. What a
It
nincompoop!
killed me, dude. Watching her killed me.
But that's the point of the movie.
I know. I know.
Um,
Oh, she was killing me inside though.
so she reads the diary, and especially she reads the Latin words, and that's when you get the redneck zombies appear.
Yeah. And fucking before she reads his words, Marty's like, don't read these words, you know? And especially after she read the diary, it was like talking about someone got his stomach sloping and filled with coals and her arm was cut off and all this crazy sacrificial shit, you know? And it's like, wait, there's some words in Latin. Let's read these. That's That's
Yeah.
cool.
No, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. This don't mean anything.
Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Fucking so she that dumb bitch reads it anyway.
yeah. So she reads it, and they go back upstairs, right?
Yeah, they go back, yeah. She reads it and then fucking as she Marty hears something and then next thing you know, boom, a hand comes out of the ground. And then they go
Right.
and then they go back upstairs.
And then that's when they that's when the jaw or the skull. Okay, so Chris Hemsworth character and the blonde chick they go off outside, right?
Yeah, they go outside for a walk.
To go fuck around or whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
and
Try
that's
to
when you
fuck her.
get that was kind of funny too because like as they're going in, and he's like trying his hardest to like get some. And then
Yeah.
they're all like the scientists are all watching like from afar. They're like, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and then like she keeps teasing him, and then they're like, ah, and so they release more pheromones so she can get like more hot and bothered, which I
Chris
thought was
Hemsworth.
yeah, which
That
I
was that was Thor, huh?
yeah
I knew that was fucking Thor. I was like, it's fucking young Thor.
yeah. So that was right before he I think he got the part.
Yeah. I was looking at him, I was like, that's fucking Thor. And I was looking at him, it's like baby Thor.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
cool.
was like a year before he got the first Thor, I think.
I had to say that because I was like, it is Thor. I knew, okay, it was him.
So they go
Was
into the
young.
woods.
He was hella young in it.
Yeah, yeah, he's early 20s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All right.
so yeah, so they release more pheromones. She finally gets more ready. And they even like they did that funny thing where they like he like turns up a knob or something like that. The scientist,
Uh-huh.
um, what's his name? Sitters. He like turns the knob, and there's like a glow from like the moon that like shines onto the grass.
Yeah, because she said she's all it's too dark.
Yeah. So he just like turns the knob, and he's like,
He put the light up, he put the light on for him. Oh
it's
god, dude. They were so fucking creep. They're like the biggest creeps.
well, that was their job though. They were
I
like
know.
they were
But like
literally like.
they were getting off on that shit.
Oh yeah, they're. I mean, but they're. Oh my god, these guys are the worst. Like,
They
to
are
think
the
about
worst.
because like not only are they trying to kill all these kids, they're placing bets to make money.
The
You know,
celebrating.
they're celebrating, they're drinking on the job, like they're doing all this shit. Like, they're just like some of the worst people you fucking ever met.
It's
Um,
insane. It really is. It's insane how immoral those people are. It's like
yeah,
wow. It's like not only are you like killing these people, but like you're fucking enjoying this as it's going on.
right. But
So
it's also interesting because like not only are they enjoying it, but they're also they are literally trying to save the world though, because like
it don't
they
feel like it. It don't feel like it when you see them celebrating fucking with champagne and shit.
yeah, but
Sometimes,
but then you see them do like the prayers and shit too. So like they do have some compassion, you
yeah, I
know.
guess.
But it's like not. I'm not saying it's a lot of compassion. I'm just saying a little
Not
bit.
enough.
Yeah, not enough. Yeah. So these guys are just straight up dirtbags.
They,
Um,
to me, they are. They're the real enemies, as you would say.
yeah, yeah. There's always more monsters in these movies than we think. So they're probably way above the monsters themselves. So
Pretty
um, yeah. So we have them. They're about to get it on, and she's our first victim. The zombies find them, and they basically saw her. They don't really show her like getting sawed too much besides some blood. But
yeah.
uh, yeah, we
They
know
cut
she's dead. Yeah.
they cut her ass wide open though.
Oh yeah, they just the double saw thing that they both use. And she's gone. But so he breaks away free. I thought it was funny because like one he tackles one of them, right? Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
He tackles one of the dudes, and then as he's like running back to the cabin and he
Yeah.
sees Marty. Remember he
Yeah.
like clotheslines the little girl.
I had to re I had to rewind that like 4 times, dude. I thought I saw that. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
He clotheslined the shit out that little girl, dude.
She
He
like
fucking
flipped.
flipped. She did a
Yeah.
backflip.
I love that. I laughed so hard when I saw that. I was like, hell
That
yeah.
that was really awesome. I really
I
like
even
that.
wrote it down right here. I said Stoner goes to pee, funny clothesline.
Yeah, that was cool. They did a good job with that. I'm glad they put that in there.
Yeah. So they run back to the cabin. That's when the bigger redneck zombie comes in and starts to scare them. He throws the head into the cabin itself to make them more spooked out.
You
Um,
know what? And that's after. See, this is why I don't like that. I really hated that Virgin Girl because like he comes into the cabin. She's like, "Where's Jules?" And he's like, "She's dead." And fucking, and then he's like, "I'm not gonna leave without her." It's like he just told you she was dead,
he's
dude.
got blood all over him too.
And fucking, she opened up that door. I was like, "Oh, just kill this lady."
But I wonder if that's also like part of like the stuff they're releasing into the air, because like
I hope so.
it might be because like there's some weird stuff that happens in this movie that we'll talk about in a second. But like, so she opens the door, the head gets thrown in there, and then they like block him from like coming back in. Um,
Don't forget that after there's a key part after each kill because after they kill that one girl in the woods, they immediately fucking
flip the switch.
the sacrifice. Yeah, the blood.
Yeah, so it drains into the bottom of the facility basically, and it starts to fill up that not cauldron, like a scale or something. I don't know,
Yeah, it's like some weird
like
because
bowl.
it's in the concrete. Yeah, it's like some sacrificial blood design.
Yeah,
I don't know what other way to
and it also
describe it.
fills like the stone, so like it goes like down the lines,
That's
and
what
then
it's doing, huh? Yeah.
yeah,
The-
and then
the-
it goes into the bowl itself to
yeah,
feed the gods or whatever.
it's filling up the stones of each person, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
like the outline of it. So
Yeah.
um,
So that's the whore, because that's what they call her in the
yeah,
sacrifice.
yeah. So we have the jock, the scholar, or so the athlete, the scholar, the slut, the virgin, and the fool. That's what
Yeah.
the five sacrificial things are supposed to be. Um, so it's funny because like after the head's thrown in there, they block him from getting in. See, this is what I'm talking about when they have like the influence on the kids because like he does something from upstairs or downstairs that like makes um the Chris Hemsworth the Kurt, he makes him change his mind about sticking together and going separate.
Yeah.
He's
He
like,
sets out that gas out of that wall
yeah,
there.
and he's like, we should separate. And he's like, and even the stoner's like, what? Like,
He's
that's
like, yeah. He's like, for reals?
yeah. Uh, so that's what I'm talking about. It's like I wonder if that's the same effect that I had with the Virgin.
It's fucking stupid gas. That's what I'm gonna call it. It makes
Yeah,
me
I guess
stupid.
so. Because I mean, but it works, and they're doing they basically what they want them to do.
Yeah. She must have been sucking that shit up like fucking candy,
Right?
man.
Yeah. God. Um, and then so that's when we got the stoner in his room. He's freaking out. He finds the cable in the
The lamp.
what in the lamp. He like
He,
knocks it over or some shit. I
he
forgot what
knocks
he
that
does.
lamp over, yeah, and he
Yeah.
found the fucking wire in there.
He's like, I'm on reality TV. He's like,
My parents are gonna think I'm a burnout.
I love that. That's when we get the zombie pulling him through the window, and he puts on a fight for a second, but then he throws like the bear trap or something like that
He has a bear trap on the chain, which is pretty fucking
on
epic.
his back, yeah, and then he starts to pull him through down through like the grave, and so we don't see him. We assume that he's dead.
Yeah,
So the rest of them they go through they find the cellar, right?
yeah.
And then how they get
Well,
out?
no, what you mean? Yeah, what's the shop? They find the cellar
They find
in
the
the
cellar.
beginning.
They find it's like a torture room. No, that's a separate cellar, I think, because there's like a torture room of like how like
Is there?
yeah, because there's like all the murder weapons that like they used to kill. I guess the dad killed the rest of the redneck zombie family, and that's why she was like, "This is the black room," like what was in the diary. So it was like I think it was a part of the basement, but it was like separated from the basement. Like it was like a different wall or something. I don't know.
I'm trying to think. Fuck, I don't remember that.
Yeah, so they go down there and she finds all like the murder weapons, and she's like, "This is the room that there was talking about in the diary."
Hmm.
And then that's when they bust out anyway, and they hit the RV right away. And then we get
Fuck,
this.
I gotta watch that over again. I really must have missed that
Yeah,
because
well, if it was the same room, it was a little bit away from the rest of the all the fun stuff
yeah,
because she finds all those stuff and she's like, "Oh,
the
this is
fun
where it
stuff.
happened." Yeah, yeah. Um, oh, but she also at the same time she kills the one of the rednecks that are coming after her. She stabs it in the eye first, still lives, and then she like gets one of the knives from the table and she starts to just wham, 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 and then finally he dies. And then so that's when they all run to the RV to escape. Then we have this interesting part where it shows like the back to the scientists and it show what Japan's going through.
Oh yeah, sure. Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, so
They're doing the same thing,
they're doing the same thing, but it's like a different ritual.
and
Um,
it shows like that's not Japan's not the only city. Like they're doing this in like
all over the world.
all over the world. Yeah,
Yeah, and so the Japanese one's interesting because it's like it's basically what like we all see in all the Japanese films. It's like ghouls or whatever you're gonna
the
call them.
rain. It's like the rain
Yeah,
lately.
like the ring. Yeah, so it's like stuff like that, and they're trying to do some kind of ritual to like get rid of that evil spirit. Um,
Those fucking Japanese girls crack it. They crack the fucking.
yeah, so they figure it out. No casualties. The Americans like God, they fucked it up.
They were like that guy was always all "fuck you, Japan,
Yeah,
fuck
it's so
you."
funny.
He
Yeah,
was hella pissed off
I love that.
because
Um,
they fucking they figured out how to beat that demon quick.
yeah, I know, right? It's
Only
crazy.
Japan, dude. Japan would fucking figure that shit out.
Um,
They're like we know what this
I
is.
think Japan's the only one that does survive because all the other ones fail. That's what they said.
Well, because no, I think the ones that say fail are the ones that didn't make the sacrifices. Because after Japan kills the demon, then it says fail on
Oh,
Japan.
right. Okay. So they have to. Okay. Right. So technically they failed to. Okay. Yeah. I forgot.
Because then
Um,
it shows the other one, and like one of the videos is like you see the gorilla with horns dead on the floor.
I didn't see that. That's weird. Um,
Yeah, it shows that hella quick when it's going through the fail scenes.
okay.
After like right after Japan hits the fail, it flashes through like three other cities, and one of the cities you see on the floor is like a fucking giant gorilla with horns, fucking
Huh.
out of his head.
I don't know why I missed that, but
And then
okay.
like one city's burnt down, and another city's fucked up, and then just shows gorilla.
Okay. See, I missed the gorilla part, but I saw the other cities be destroyed. So we get this scene where is this when they're oh, so they start freaking out because they're supposed to blow up the bridge or whatever it is that
Tunnel.
connects the tunnel. Yeah, so they're supposed to blow up the tunnel ahead of time, and they're like, well, there was a glitch, like we couldn't do it, like that's why it's not, whatever. It wasn't responding when we were trying to do it.
Yeah, no, they're like, no one ever sent us that order and all this other shit.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
And then
so
it's
like they're freaking out basically.
yeah, that fucking what's his name was freaking out.
Sitter.
Yeah, he was losing his mind.
Yeah,
He ran, he ran all the way down the hallway. He fucking, fucking to go get this done, dude.
yeah.
He was dedicated.
Well, because they almost made it, like they were like right there.
Yeah,
Um,
because everything else failed and they had to succeed.
yeah. I mean, we see why later though, but yeah. So they actually do blow it up just in time as they're about to pass, and we got this really funny scene where Kurt has to go jump the final part of the bridge or the tunnel.
Yeah, no. Not to, okay. So the tunnel blew up, and then somehow they get to a road that's missing,
Okay.
which I didn't get because were there two ways to get out of that fucking of that place? Was there had to be a tunnel, then there had to be a road to get out then.
I know there's a tunnel for sure, but I don't remember the road.
Yeah, because remember they're at a road all of a sudden. It's a big ass hole in the road, and
Or
like
maybe
it was
maybe they blew the bridge, but not the tunnel. Maybe
they
that's a
blew the
different.
tunnel
Oh,
because
okay.
they were going through the tunnel and it blew up, and he had to reverse all the way out of the tunnel.
Oh, so there must have been a road then with the
And
bridge.
then it shows them next at a fucking road that's missing. So I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, where the hell did that come from?
I kind of missed that.
Yeah,
Um,
I think they put it in there just for the jump.
yeah,
To be
yeah, yeah,
honest.
which was pretty epic. I mean,
Yeah, they said we got to get this jump in there.
yeah. So yeah, right, yeah. So Kurt's supposed to they have a dirt bike attached to the RV, and he's supposed to jump that road to get help, for the rest of the guys. And as we saw earlier, the bald eagle or whatever you want to call it, American eagle, hits that barrier. So as soon as he flies over the thing, smash, boom, dead. He just falls down.
Okay, dead at impact. It
Yeah.
was funny too because like before he did it, I was like, I was like talking to myself. I was like, this guy doesn't even know what he's about to hit. This guy doesn't even know what he's in for, and he just flew across that fucking gap and smacked right into that fucking force
So
field.
it's actually funny because I forgot about that little barrier thing.
Did you?
Yeah. So I forgot that that was gonna happen, and it happens, and I was like, hell yeah. I was like, this one's dead, dead.
I was like,
Uh,
oh man, this guy doesn't even know yet. He doesn't even know what's going to happen.
he is splattered, dude.
I thought that was hilarious. So I thought I was like that was a really good kill they added in there.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
so that's when they again reverse, right, or turn around the RV,
Yeah, they jump back in the RV and they head back towards the cabin.
and then that's when you get the spike through the neck, right? The Holden,
Yeah. To what's his name? The
Holden, I
scholar?
think. I think it's Holden.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Right through his head as he's driving, and then
right through his
boom.
neck, dude. The center of his neck, just bam, right through his esophagus,
Yeah, he's all don't panic. Whatever you do, don't panic.
and
Pop,
then splat, yeah,
and then start
dead.
panicking.
uh, Goes into the lake. I think it's the lake, right?
Yeah, they go right
Yeah,
into the like
right into the lake. And she escapes right before the zombie gets trapped. That's what she kicks away, right? And then like the zombie
yeah,
kind of
she kicks him as the RV sinking, and he gets stuck in the RV and floats down.
just floats
I,
down.
at this scene, I thought Merman was gonna fucking show up or something. To be honest,
Yeah,
I was like,
but I
oh
don't, I don't think they're allowed to break the rules like that. Like
yeah,
release more than one monster at a time. I think they're
yeah, yeah.
regulations.
Yeah, you're right. I still thought he was gonna come. I was kind of maybe I was just kind of hoping that fucking
I
it popped up.
I think I thought of that about that like when I first saw it years ago too. I that was my first like that was my thought too back in the day. I was like, oh, the merman's gonna show up,
Yeah.
because it's water, like it has to. And then it never did, and I was like, oh well, that's stupid. uh, so they're all celebrating like, yeah, we fucking did it. Um, yeah, because she gets out and they're celebrating because like she's getting beat up by the zombie.
Oh
Uh,
no, she gets out and then she rolls up on that wharf and
on the
she's
yeah
catching her.
on the bridge or whatever. Or, what do you
Yeah,
call it? The thing,
the dock.
the dock. Yeah, yeah.
And then
Um,
she's all catching her breath and shit, and then boom, the bear trap fucking zombie comes around.
yeah. Well, they're celebrating because it didn't matter if she lived or died. She had to be the last one.
Oh, you talk about the scientist guys?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're
Yeah.
celebrating because
I forgot about those
they
dudes.
thought they won. They were like, "Fuck yeah!" Like we did it. They're all
Yeah,
drinking and partying and shit.
yeah. It's
Um,
over. Let's
yeah.
fucking tequila shots and all kind of shit.
And then I wrote, I saw ominous phone call, ring ring.
Dude, as they're celebrating, you see her in the screen getting the shit beat out of her, dude.
Yeah,
She's all throwing up blood and all kinds of shit.
it's almost like she didn't make dinner that night.
Yeah, and you know
Um,
what? A little bit of me inside was happy because fucking I hated that character so much.
she was annoying. I mean, um, yeah. So they're celebrating. We get that phone call and they're like, "Yo, like, there's another person alive," and he's like, "Who? Like, what are you talking about?" That's when we get Marty the Stoner
Yeah,
coming to the rescue. Right as the bear trap's about to fling, he stops it with the pipe, and smiles at her a little bit, and she's just like, "Oh shit," and
You're
I'm like,
alive.
"Oh shit," you know,
Like, how the fuck did you survive?
right? And so they overpower the dude. They kick him into the water, the zombie, and they run off. And that's when he shows her like the grave and like where he fell into, and he mutilates the zombie that pulled him in the first time. You know,
Yeah,
it's
talk that
just
up.
like it's all, dude. It's all jacked up, yeah. And he's like, "Oh yeah, about that. My bad." You
Yeah,
know,
he's
like I
like,
had to do
yeah, he's like, I kind of mutilated that guy.
it.
Just don't look at him.
Marty was pretty funny. I like this guy.
Yeah,
And so he
I
shows
did,
her
I
the
did
control
too.
box. Though he shows her the control box, and he's like, "That's why like the charges didn't go off and stuff like that earlier because he
Yeah,
was messing with the controls."
yeah, because they say down in the basement, they were like, oh, there was a glitch upstairs,
Yeah, he's like, "What are you
and
talking about?" Yeah,
he was a glitch.
yeah. So he finds the elevator that the zombies came up in, and that's when we get them escaping because they're like, "Well, we can't go back up. Like, what's there's nothing up there. We might as well go back down or go down." You know.
Yeah,
So they do. He messes with the wires. The elevator starts to go down. He jumps in with her.
zombie hand comes along.
Zombie hand comes along, and that's when he starts to see like them finding out about the other monsters in the cages or
Hmm.
in the glass cages, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, they're like in those like 13 ghost boxes.
Right. Oh, did you know they're making a TV show about that?
13 ghosts. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
they were talking about that for a minute. Are they still making that?
I just saw an update on it recently.
Really?
I don't know when it's gonna come out though, but
I'm
I
very.
know.
I wonder how that's really going to be
So
actually.
that's actually one of those another film that I watched when it came out that I was kind of like, it was all right, you know.
I I fucking like 13 Ghosts, dude. I thought that movie was awesome.
I gotta watch it again because it's been so
I,
long.
I thought it was awesome when it came out, and I still think it's awesome now.
I gotta watch it. I gotta watch it again because it's one of those that
You watch that again, you let
yeah,
me know.
right. Um, so yeah, we start to see like really cool other monsters. You know, we got the werewolf first. You see the ghost or ghost thing, whatever that is.
Hmm.
We got the Cenobite, which is Hellraiser. Um,
Yeah,
Hellraiser type. It's not really a Hellraiser, but it's influenced by Hellraiser.
Hellraiser knockoff.
Yeah, yeah, like a Wish version of it.
He's all holding the little fucking spear fucking puzzle.
Yeah, so I mean, because if you think about it, because remember the blades that are in the head, that was
Yeah,
kind of like the disc from the third one. Remember where he's like the
yeah,
DJ? It
yeah.
was
It
like
was.
so it was all like influenced by like the same shit. They were using chains too. Like it's
Yeah,
basically yeah,
they had him like hung up on chains and shit.
yeah, yeah.
He wasn't like pulled like with hooks. He was just like tied up. He was just like
He's just
tied
all
up.
tied up. Yeah, he was in some kink, some kinky shit.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Yeah. Um,
And then there's the ballerina.
the ballerina. Yeah. Which I thought what is that? Like I don't know what
I
that
don't know what that
supposed to
was.
be. Yeah. I was thinking of like the Leviathans from what's that show called where the brothers that are like trying to find their dad for a long time and Supernatural. Do you ever watch that?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, there's like later on in the seasons there's Leviathans that look like humans, but they turn into like mouth like creature things that kind of
Yeah,
look like that.
yeah.
And that's like kind of what I thought about when I saw that the little girl. I was like, oh, that looks like a Leviathan from Supernatural. But I think that was
Okay.
way before Supernatural even came out. So I was just
Yeah.
confused like what that was. But
I can. I was confused too because I'm like I never seen. I don't know what a creature that was. It was just like I don't know
it
what the
was
fuck
just
that
cool
was.
though. Yeah, it was just a cool thing though. Um, so like we'll just kind of not really speed through, but like there's not a whole lot to talk about after this besides like that they get further down. Security guards like apprehend them because they find the scientists finally find them on the security cameras. They're like, dude, they're in this elevator. Like, go down there and get them. Because they got to finish, this ritual thing.
You gotta die. Yeah.
So, what? So Marty knocks him out or something like that. I forgot what happens.
Yeah. Fucking the zombie hand grabs the security guy.
Oh, okay.
And
And then,
And then because of that, fucking they get a little fucking clean shot on him, knock the security guy out, and he's like,
Right.
"Thanks, Sonny Hen." And,
Steals the gun, gets the knife. Yeah. Um,
and then they get the gun, and then they start rolling through
the
the
hall.
laboratory.
Yeah. And then that's when they're getting chased by the other ones. So they go into that little like security room.
Yeah,
And
fucking okay. Okay, so it's a security room that fucking is the doors open. Nobody's watching this room, and
yeah,
it has the biggest fucking control in there, and
right.
that's let everything out.
Which should be in the main one, and not like it's not the
like
fucking yeah.
like where the elevators are. It's like what the fuck is this doing
Yeah,
here, dude?
yeah, it's a big old plot hole that they were kind of just like, how do we do this? Um, I get yeah. That was such a weird. I was like, why is it in that room? Like, okay, uh,
They're probably like fucking like we gotta fucking make this accessible for these guys because like how are you gonna get through this whole factory in this amount of time?
yeah, without like they're actually with them escaping because they have bullets flying at them from the security
Yeah,
guards. So
every, from all directions too.
so
It's
that's
like,
when we get the girl. She smartens up and she releases hell basically
yeah,
into the
all of a sudden
facility.
she smartens up. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just well, that's
after
because there's no pheromones down there. It's all just like you
it
know,
took it took everyone's death for her to wise up.
right? And also Marty is unaffected because of the weed. So
Yeah,
which is
He's
weird.
sobering up now at this point.
Yeah, he's actually yeah, right. All the adrenaline and like not smoking also.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so
killed
that's yeah,
killed his
so
high.
I yeah, so she unleashes hell. Everybody starts dying except for them too. And you just see a bunch of cool stuff like cool monsters, blah blah blah. Slaughtering everybody. I put slaughterhouse because it was
It
literally,
was.
yeah, it was literally a slaughterhouse.
It was a
Uh,
fucking. It was like so much blood
all over,
all
yeah,
over
all
everything.
over everything.
They really
I,
fucking really overdid it on that.
I wrote because you know how they get chased by like that bat thing or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I wrote bat question mark, or I was like dragon maybe I don't know, and like
Oh yeah, that was the Bat Dragon.
yeah, whatever the fuck that thing was. Yeah,
That's what that was. It was a bat. Okay, yeah, that was a Bat Dragon. It took that guy right through a wall.
yeah, it fucking just it was trying to kill everything. Um, and so they release hell. They get out. They almost died a couple times. Um,
Yeah,
but they get away. They go
somehow.
further down. And that's when we have Dana stabbing Sitters as he's okay. Actually, before that, so their main room gets broken into finally by some of the remaining monsters, and so we have the security guard, like the main security guy.
Yeah,
He's
so yeah, which they got and the security guy is like the one who has the most morals out of anybody because
yeah,
he's like questioning everything that's going on down there.
right.
You know, it's like, oh, this is guys shouldn't do this, and I'm not gonna bet on this. Like he has like all these morals, and he's like, just do your job, security man.
um, but he like tries to fight like the scarecrow people. I think it was.
Yeah, those scarecrows.
Yeah, and he loses obviously, but he like blows himself up, which I thought was that's the way I would want to do. I'm like, fuck these guys. I'm gonna kill everybody.
Yeah,
So
he went on like fucking like predator style or some shit.
yeah, he detonates himself somehow and kills like four scarecrow dudes or whatever.
Yeah,
Um,
and then knocks out what's his name? Other scientist guy, Hardly,
yeah,
Hensley,
no, it's Hadley. Yeah,
Hadley knocks
yeah,
his ass out, and
knocks
then
him out.
fucking who comes creeping through the mist?
Gee, I
Fucking
wonder who the fucking merman. Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Throughout this whole movie, by the way, Hadley is like obsessed with the merman character.
yeah. He's
And
like, I want to see a merman. Like, why?
yeah, even at the party where he's all talking to the lady, he's
He's all
like,
sad about it.
yeah, he's all upset.
He's like, it would have been cool to see a merman.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what he said. Yeah, he's a hell disappointed and shit.
So
So
disappointed.
fucking
Yeah,
out of the shadows, the merman comes up and just annihilates him.
he needs a hug. Yeah,
Blood's all spraying out of them fucking merman's back.
yeah. The bad, what do you call those? Like I don't know what the The fucking
Where's
like how
the
whales have them. Like
oxygen from? The gills, I guess.
no, it's like a I don't know what it's called, dude. But anyway, it shoots out. Yeah,
And
just like a fish. Yeah,
it's funny too because fucking Sitters was like, whereas like, oh man, he says something about he's like, you should be happy without the merman. You know, it's a big mess to clean up.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
now I see why, because it sprays all that blood
Sprays
everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah, that was a cool scene though,
Hmm.
and I like that. I like how they designed it too because like I remember seeing a fake show on I think it was Discovery Channel or something like that, where like they
Yeah,
were saying like if mermen were real mermaids and stuff, they
yeah,
would look really like kind of like that, like how their merman looked. It was like
like yeah,
very
like
monstrous.
creatures.
Yeah, like creatures, not anything like human. Um,
Yeah,
and so I was like, okay, well, I think the design was like perfect, honestly.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Because fucking then they're not supposed to look like beautiful women and shit. It's supposed to look
yeah,
like fucking fucked up monsters and shit.
yeah. Kind of like what most animals are.
Yeah, so you're probably right. Yeah, that's probably exactly probably what a merman will look like.
Yeah. Um, So that's when we get Sitter's escape because the girl gets sucked up by I didn't see
Giant,
what it was.
it was a giant tentacle.
Okay. Yeah, so she gets fucking killed.
She gets snatched up.
Yeah.
Boom! Quick, and he
So
just
fast, yeah.
yeah, he's like,
Sitter's
oh
like,
shit,
pulse. Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
jump
out.
down that hole.
And then I was kind of shocked to see that like Dana like stabbed him right away, like as he's turning the corner. Like it's so
Yeah,
fast. I think she just reaction, was kind of like, oh shit, like, pulling the
it
weapon
didn't
out.
surprise me. What surprised me was like her reaction after she stabbed him because like she acted like she didn't even give a shit. She was
Uh
like,
yeah, but
oh
also because like they're evil, like basically. You
yeah,
know,
but how does she know that? She doesn't. She like she doesn't know if he was a bad guy or a good guy.
um, I think if you work for a company like that, you're pretty much bad.
I don't
Because
know.
like if you think, because like they're literally releasing monsters to them to kill them. You know?
I don't know. I'm throwing hella shade on her.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really any good guys in this movie. If you think about it, like,
Yeah,
except
yeah,
for
no,
maybe Marty. Marty's probably the purest one of them all.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I give those to
he's
Marty.
just a stoner. That's all he is. You know. Um,
Marty he was a smart one,
yeah. I mean, the only bad thing he does is smoke weed, and that's not even that bad.
and that's what made him fucking highly intelligent, obviously. So
uh,
yeah, fucking sitters get stabbed up.
he's dead. But the last thing he says is kill him, and she just kind of brushes it off, and they go further down into the tombs, and that's when they run into the room full of the art, like the stone tablets or whatever you want to call them,
Yeah, it's like the sacrificial
the
stones.
sacrificial stones. Yeah. So, but 4 out of 5 are highlighted with blood,
Hmm.
and technically it's only supposed to be 3 because Marty's alive.
Yeah,
So that was weird. Maybe it was zombie blood that got confused. Who
it
knows?
could have been. It could have been the zombie blood he fucking mutilated.
Yeah. Um, and then we got Sigourney Weaver making an appearance in this movie, which I thought
Yeah,
was interesting.
yeah, fucking
Yeah.
that cop. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she showed up so random and so nonchalant. And she's, giving her basically like villain speech, like, you got to do this, you got to kill him to save the world, whatever. And like, uh, so it's revealed at this time that the whole thing has been a ritual to feed the gods from coming up to destroy the world. And if they don't do this, the gods are going to come up and just annihilate humanity. Um, so that's the whole point of this movie,
Yeah,
is to prevent that.
stop the end of the world.
Yeah. So as we see, um, there's a tussle between Marty and Sigourney.
Well, what before the tussle, as Sigourney Weaver is all telling about the end of the world and this and that one girl decides that, well, I'm gonna shoot fucking
She points
Marty,
the gun. She points the gun at Marty.
and
Yeah.
that just fucking like I was like, oh my god, dude, if this chick cannot get any worse, I was like, she just beat the cake. I was like, this dude saved your life,
Like,
It's
yeah,
like
more
this
than
was
once.
yeah, and it's like you're gonna turn around and shoot this guy.
Yeah.
And then for his luck, a werewolf bites her right in her fucking
Bites her right
shoulder,
on the neck, yeah, or the shoulder, yeah.
and
Um,
then and then they
and
start tussling it up.
yeah, well, they shoot, yeah. So who was it? Marty shoots the werewolf away. Sigourney comes back and tries to take the gun from him. Then you got the zombie girl. She's been like chasing them the whole movie.
Yeah,
Um,
the zombie girl is the one who wrote the diary.
oh, okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Because she says father.
Yeah,
All
and
right,
she said,
makes
remember,
sense.
she has one good arm.
Yeah, yeah. I think she's pretty pissed about getting clothesline too. So,
I know. She did take that.
yeah, she's like, "Fuck these guys. These
She
guys
took that.
clothesline the shit out of me."
Yeah,
So
she took that pretty tough.
she
I'd have
took
been
it. She
upset
took it
too.
personally for sure. Uh, so she's been hunting them down for this whole movie, and yeah. So she basically saves the day by axing the director in the head right as she's about to shoot Marty.
Yep.
Marty smartens up, kicks them both off of the ledge or
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
tablet or whatever you want to call it,
He
and
kicked her right off that
yeah,
fucking ledge.
and so they basically just kind of ride it out until the world ends as they're smoking weed. But the funny thing is, the last like minute, she looks at Marty, she goes, and I was like,
Does she say that?
you gotta say that, yeah.
Okay.
That's one of the final things she says, and he's like, huh, and then
When they're sitting on the steps waiting for one of
yeah,
them to die,
yeah.
I missed him saying that.
Right as he's about to, right after he lights up the weed, he's like, she looks at him, she's like, I'm pretty sure Kurt didn't have a cousin, and I was
Okay.
like, and I started laughing. I'm like, yeah, duh,
Cause I know she said something. I thought she said, I wish we could solve this" or some shit.
Yeah, no, he says that he's like, I wish we would have saw like the gods or whatever.
Oh, so he does say that too.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
then
So
I
he
missed
says
what
that
the hell she said. Then
because of, like when they burst through the the floor, it
yeah.
happens so fast that I think they die instantly.
Oh, they're dead. Yeah,
Yeah, so
they're dead. They
everything
died.
collapses like down as he like but pushes up or with the hand that comes up.
Yeah,
So uh
like that shit came right on him too.
yeah, so they're for sure dead. There's no way that they're coming out of that. There's no sequel for that one. Um, uh, I don't know. What did you think? The second time watching this after years later, I really enjoyed this movie.
I thought it was you know what I thought it was very entertaining. I liked the fucking the whole comedy fucking
Mixed
through
in,
like yeah, I like the whole comedy shit they mixed into it. It's set really nice. Um, I love fucking what's gonna call it? What's his name? Fucking Richard Jenkins. I think
uh,
he's fucking hella funny, and
gold.
so having a movie with him being an evil scientist doing fucked up shit, but also being hilarious how he's doing it
Yeah,
made the movie really good.
I
And,
smiled when I saw him on the screen. I'm like, hell yeah, dude! Like I forgot this fool's in this movie.
and then you had Chris Hemsworth, and
Yeah,
he played a good role in it. He did a good character. They all did good characters,
yeah,
except for fucking Dana. Fucking Kristen Connolly, that's her name. Fucking, I wasn't fond of her. I thought I wish she died on the fucking on a dock, but fucking she didn't. She survived.
got
But
saved.
everyone played their parts very well,
Yeah,
and it was funny, and it had its fucking scary moments, and I think it was cool.
yeah. Thumbs up on this one.
You know,
You can tell,
it's
like, but you can tell because like they've produced so many big movies, and like TV shows. You can tell like they know what they're doing.
yeah,
So
yeah. It wasn't filmed shitty at all.
yeah, and like just the writing too was like everything had purpose in it. Like it felt like uh or like some kind of like they knew like what needed to be led into like per scene.
Everything was connected.
Yeah,
Like everything played a role, and it was something that was not even like everything went together like it fit like a puzzle.
yeah,
So it's
yeah,
like everything played a role, and everything had its hidden meanings, and everything connected together extremely well. You know, so and then it came back to stuff that you forgot about. That I was like, oh yeah, like the fucking invisible wall, but
Yeah,
through a fucking comedy kill on it, it was just
yeah,
funny
it
as
was
hell.
perfect. Yeah, I was like, hell yeah, dude. That's such my style, of like I
They,
love like comedy and like, but it's not like too over the top, like when it
no,
becomes too over the top, I'm like, that's too corny, It
but
was
it
like
was
just
good.
right. Yeah,
It
it
was
was
good
just right.
because they set up this kill to like not make you go like, oh no, like they set up the kill to make you laugh.
Right. Yeah.
And it worked.
And it worked, yeah. Um, I don't honestly, I don't have much to say, like negative things to say about this movie.
Only
Um,
thing, only thing I would say, I wish they showed more of the monsters.
yeah, but I think it's like running time, like I think
Yeah,
it's like that's why they had to do all those killings like really fast.
yeah, but
But
I would have loved to see like more of the monster times on there. You
I,
know,
dude, like when I saw this like when I saw this again, I was like I was thinking in my head like, dude, they should do like a prequel or like a TV show about this. Like that would be interesting because then you would see a bunch of different monsters like
like
playing
how
out.
they caught him.
Well, then not like even like how they kill everybody, like like set him off one at a time, like different kids.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like it could have
Oh,
just been
okay.
like different like episodes of like this week will be Merman, and then like
Yeah,
and the next week like you instead of it doesn't have to be Cabin in the Woods, it could have been like it could have been like the facility name, where
yeah.
it's like they could be in the desert and like there's that snake there,
Yeah, well, because
So,
yeah, they could do that because they have different obviously they have different operations everywhere else around the
right.
world, so they could easily do that. But yeah, that would have been cool because I really wanted to see more fucking the monsters and stuff like that, you know. And
Yeah.
I already told you how I felt about that clown. I thought that clown that I seriously thought that there's a scene where it shows a clown and he's like laughing and giggling.
Yeah.
I thought he had a bigger role in it, but I guess not.
No, it was just to like I was just reading about it before we started recording. It was just to like sort of imitate it, the clown,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
also the phobia of clowns, itself.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I guess he has nothing in. I was hoping that fucking like he was like some cameo and shit.
yeah,
Like Stan Lee's in Marvel and fucking M Night
yeah.
Shyamalan's in one of his movies. And I was thinking like, oh, maybe is it the director?
I think it's just the same effect as like the Cinnabite with the Hellraiser, like that
Yeah,
kind of character. So
yeah.
I don't know. What do you rate this out of five?
I give it a 4. I give it a 4. I liked it.
Yeah,
I liked it watching it again.
I think I'll give it a solid four as well. Yeah, this is definitely a modern classic to me. I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it'll like I think it'll stay for many years.
Because Cabin in the Woods, it wasn't that bad. If you would have smashed on everything, anything that was wrong was the CGI.
Yeah,
That was the only worst thing on it,
but
really.
that was also 2010. When they were
Yeah.
doing it.
So
So
besides that, there's really nothing fucked
yeah,
up on it.
yeah. I think that's all I got for this one. Definitely enjoyed it, dude. This is a good one.
Yeah, that was a good pick, dude. I like that.
Yeah,
When you text me Cabin in the Woods, I was like, what the fuck?
yeah. I was just because I haven't watched it in so long, and I was like,
Yeah, me either. And then I
yeah,
watched it and I was like, I enjoyed it. I was
yeah.
like, all
It
right,
was some good shit. So, that's all we got for this week, folks and folkians. Again, you can follow me on IG at Kelly underscore DTO or our page on IG, which is beyond the underscore ether, and or our
mm,
email, which is boocrew2025 at Gmail. What do you
that's
got?
right. You can follow me on Instagram at Bay Area Creep, and that's it. Don't follow me anywhere else.
We will stab you. No, sorry.
That's right. I'll find you. I'll fucking find you and I'll hunt you down.
Also, make sure you check out our YouTube channel. It's just launched. I'm trying to put more videos on there. It's just a process. I don't have all the time in the world, so I'm getting there, getting it done.
That's
So,
right. And don't forget to follow us, like us, share us, Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers.
Tell your grandma.
Support your local podcast artist.
Please, we need the love here. I love the love.
That's right.
And yeah, that's it.
Virtual.
We will see you guys when we see you. Creeping it real.